What up, YouTube? Brokefarmer back for another video on this beautiful day, y'all. And it's way too hot to be out here. Let's start with that. It's way too hot. But I'm going to show you how to start your fall garden. First off, earlier video, I got some of this stuff out this bed. But that's not good enough. We got things in here like this spearmint everywhere. We got to clean all this out so we can start over. It's hard to have successful plants when you got things in the soil that's gonna leach up the nutrients and keep your fall garden from being spectacular. So first thing we're gonna do, I love my ground cherries, y'all, but it's time. Now usually I would say leave the roots in the soil for them to decompose, but yeah, that root system there, it might not break down in time before I plant my fall garden, and I don't want nothing to mess with my roots. So we're gonna get this out and we're gonna clean it up, y'all. First off, it is one pepper plant that I didn't relocate, and because I really couldn't see it because of that ground cherry. So we're gonna relocate this plant and we're gonna get back to it. First thing, I am gonna try to get all my ground cherries, y'all. So I'm just gonna take a rake and rake them all up. Because as the name suggests, all the good ones on the ground. Now, understand these ground cherries, if you don't get them all up, you will have ground cherries here forever. All right, y'all. Pretty good harvest of ground cherries. All right, one of my favorite tools, y'all, is get down and get these roots out. Gotta get all these roots out. All the grass, all this gotta go. Now I've got onions and tomatoes and everything else that I was composting in here. We ain't gonna throw them out, but we're gonna move them to the side. All these will suck the energy out your plant and get all the nutrients around your plants when they really need it. Not to say that these weeds will kill your plants, but it will stunt their growth. Now imagine your collard greens trying to grow around this and get choked out. All those are spearmint roots. It don't show above ground, but below ground, this is what your plants are competing with. You got spearmint in your garden and it ain't in a pot or a container, run outside and get it out right now. We're gonna get all these roots out.
I know we only met just now, and I don't wanna freak you out now, but baby, all I think about is you and me up in a tree, yeah.
All right, y'all, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So the clip you missed, I added black cow only to the top of the soil. I did not mix it in with the soil, just spread evenly across the top. Then, well, before that, I mixed this back to the roots organic plant food into the soil, and then added the black cow on top of it. Now this is to feed your plants slowly along the season. Now you still will probably have to give it liquid fertilizer for the plants that need it, but all by itself, this slow release fertilizer and that black cow is probably all you need to grow just through the fall. All right, I got all my compost laid out, ready to go. Now, feel free to add whatever you want to add, but for the basic soil makeup, this is enough. We added organic fertilizer, we added organic compost. This is great medium to grow stuff in, y'all. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plant Swiss chard, Georgia collards, orange chard, broccoli calabrese, and monstro viroflay spinach. And the only reason I'm doing this, because these have thick leaves, and maybe they can take some of this hot sun. And plus, I got it behind my greenhouse where it gets partial sun, partial shade. And I also have my shed to the right that's gonna block a lot of the sunlight. So that's the only place I will even try this. But if it don't work, I got plenty of seeds. We'll just start over. Let's get the plan. All right, I dug small trenches. 3 of them, they ain't even. Don't judge me. But I just want to plant everything heavier this season so I can have a whole lot to put in the freezer, and something like collard greens takes a whole bunch. But that's the finished product, y'all. That's what it look like. Now we're gonna plant some seeds. Come on now. All right. I know how far apart they're supposed to be, but I'm gonna plant them heavy. And whatever's too much, I'm gonna thin out. Half of this row will be Swiss chard. The other half will be monstro viroflay spinach. And only the strong survive in this garden. So if it's not strong enough, it won't make it. No babysitting. Oh, and it's heavy. Spinach. And this is this calabrese broccoli. And I'm doing it super heavy. Broccoli takes a long time to produce that head, y'all. So, yeah, plant them early. Last but not least, Georgia collards. Ooh. Gonna also plant these heavy. It's out of season. Might get some that boat. Just being really careful with them. Now, if you live where it's 107 degrees and you don't have any shade spot, you probably shouldn't be planting, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Even me trying this, I'm not 100% that it won't work. But I try the unconventional and we're gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna loosely cover back up. I'm gonna go down and give it a slight pat and make sure it got soil to soil connection. And we're gonna be off to the races in probably 2 weeks, y'all, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We're gonna give it a light water. Also, one more thing I want to talk about when it comes to fall gardening. It's easier to start a little early if you grow under the canopy of something else. Right here is great shade, great shade. You can just pop a seed in there and it starts to grow up. And as this dies out, it get all the sun it needs without bolting and going to seed. These are great spots to start your fall garden, y'all. You don't have to wait till it's super cool or whatever, depending on where you live at. Do your research. But starting under a canopy for a fall garden is an excellent idea. Easy way to get started. And things like broccoli that take a long time to form a head, you've got to start early with planting some of this stuff. You can't wait till your first frost date and say, hey, I'm gonna start planting this stuff, or whenever you start your fall garden. And keep in mind, things with thicker leaves can withstand more heat than things with thin leaves like bok choy and things of that nature. Kohlrabi, some cabbage definitely will survive. And also do your research on heat tolerant fall plants. They have heat tolerant cabbages, they have heat tolerant broccoli, heat tolerant all kind of things. But you got to do your research. You have got to do your research. Got me? And that, folks, is how I'm getting ready for my fall garden. That is how I prep my beds in ground every year, and it's been working for me. If you got any comment, any suggestions, put them in the comments. But I'm gonna put a little something at the end of the video, a little something you might want to stay tuned. All right, y'all, this has absolutely nothing to do with fall garden, but I want to highlight it real quick. I want to highlight my progress of my watermelon. That's one. That is a Georgia Monster Leader. That is a Yamada cream watermelon. That is a Georgia Monster Leader watermelon. Big. I gotta Google what watermelon this is, but she huge. I know that's a Black Diamond watermelon. That's another Black Diamond watermelon. Georgia Monster watermelon. Georgia Monster watermelon. Lemon Drop watermelon. Not sure, but an edible watermelon.